Hey YouTube, you will be sick of hearing me raving on about my new guitar, my Terada acoustic. It's definitely crossed the line into, instead of just being another guitar, it's my new guitar. Yes, so I bought it. I've also kind of using it for the J-Packs things, having a jam on the beach last week, and it was just amazing, this guitar. But that's for the straps going, the J-Pack strap, which I've got. So I don't want to paint the guitar because it's too cool as it is. But actually, see, having like a big wide leather strap, even on a lightweight acoustic, it is comfier. I've just never been that much of a fan of these sort of straps because of the way you adjust them. You know, you have to take them to bits, and whereas if you just get like the seatbelt one, it's just like, there we go. Yeah, so this is like a 70s actual brand Terada. I don't think it's a solid top. I think it's just plywood. I think it's plywood all round. It doesn't even have binding on it. Pure super basic folk model. But it's just got a lovely warm sound to it. But the reason I saw the Terada thing is I've got another Terada. To be honest, I've got another 2 Terada acoustic guitars. And like I said, this is the entry level. This must be the cheapest one that they made at this time. This one is a little bit fancier. I'm not even 100% sure which one it is. I think it's the 32. Even it's the luxury of being kept in a case. Yes, so is it the 32? Yes. So there, this is also made by Terada in 1990. I think it was in the serial number 1994 or 1995 or 3 or 93. So this is also made by Terada, but it's a Washburn brand, and it's significantly higher up the. It feels quite big. So I'm just basically, this is just to see how it compares. As you can see, it's a little bit on the fancy side. It's Macassar ebony back and sides. I mean, the prettiest acoustic I've got for sure. Look at that. It's absolutely ridiculous. Look, an acoustic. And it's obviously got the binding. So it's got a solid cedar top on it. This one's made in Ja. So it could be made in Jamaica. No, it's made in Japan. Look at the volute on the neck. Look at the colour of the neck. But I do love this guitar. I'm just going to strum it and see if it's in tune. It does have strap buttons on it. So I can actually put a seatbelt strap on it. Yeah, so I'm basically just been really enjoying playing that wee acoustic. And I'm not a big acoustic fan, really. Although I do have a couple of these. This is the 30. I've got the 32, which I kind of wish I'd pulled that one out first, because this is the more impressive of the two, with the Macassar ebony back and sides. The other one is same solid cedar top, but it's maple instead of ebony. It's also got a much bigger sound hole, but it's the same. There's like 2 in the range. I can't remember what they're called. They both look kind of boring from the front. There might actually be a cheaper one as well. There's a 28, which is just wood as opposed to being something fancy. So let's see if it's still in tune. Chances are. Strings are actually alright. What I'll do is I'll run some fast fret over them. It's completely different. The strings are much more taut. I hadn't thought of that. I wonder if it could just be a different scale of strings. The neck's much thinner. It's like a turbo neoclassical speed metal neck, which I was not aware of up until right now, compared to that. But I mean, obviously just because it's the same factory doesn't mean it's the same guitar. But this, I mean, I don't know when the last video I did of this is the last time this has strings on it, or the last time it was even played, which is disgusting. So this is at a serious disadvantage because this has not been vibrating. It has been kept in a case, so it shouldn't be too dusty. But the strings are going to be dead, even if they're not that rusty. Yeah, okay, so it's got a hell of a lot of grunt to it. Really, it's a hell of a lot louder and more bassy. It's like a Pavarotti of a guitar. Okay, it does have, let's be honest, some dimensions to it, which that does not. There's been a fair amount of that will be partly much bigger. It's much thicker. Well, is it actually much thicker? Yes, okay. It's a good inch thicker than the wee one, and even size-wise in the front, it's a good bit. It's not humongously smaller or humongously bigger, but it is a bit. Also, it's a strange one because I'm used to the Yamaha, which has got a much squarer shoulders, like what this does. I'm much more used to that shape. Looks more normal to me. This still looks a bit kind of round. I don't know, is it a copy of a Gibson rather than a copy of a Martin? Something like that. Washburn branded tuners. The neck on this is absolutely wonderful though. I just bought this because I was getting mad into Japanese electric guitars and I thought, oh, they make acoustics as well. Maybe one of the things is I'm just used to dreadnought acoustics as the ones that everyone's got. So basically what you're hearing is the same sound but for varying degrees in how good a guitar it is, how well set up it is. So this kind of does sound like my original Yamaha. It's going for the same thing, this is just a better guitar, and I think it's the same with the slight nuances in the sound, but ultimately this is for the same thing. But it is a good bit further away. I'm away out here. There's maybe one of the things. Back to this. Is this going to be just crap? Is really what I'm wondering. It's completely different. I think it's the thickness of it more than anything else. I can kind of get over the top of it and get a bit more like that. Also, this has been played a lot in the last couple of weeks. It does have a certain, not like a toy guitar thing. Mind you, a little bit like the wee Blazing Saddles guitar, the wee Gretsch. It's still a pleasant sound, but like kind of like a toyish. This is kind of getting that direction compared to the big one. But I think I was looking at someone was selling one on Facebook Marketplace, a Yamaha APX. I'm wondering, maybe I should get one of them. I don't think that's... I think the reason I like this is because of the... It'll just be a copy of a Martin or something. But there's a reason why this guitar was made this size. It's meant to be different from a Dreadnought. Whereas I think like an APX, it's really more designed for ease of access and like plugging in. So it's meant to sound like a Dreadnought kind of thing when you amp it up. Whereas this isn't meant to sound like a Dreadnought. This is it's almost like a different instrument. So it's like kind of like a P90 as opposed to, so it's not a humbucker or a Dreadnought, and it's not like a nylon string or a single coil. It's kind of just getting slightly going in the nylon string direction. This, I feel, even though it doesn't have nylon strings. Not a load of rubbish I'm talking, but that makes sense. I think just being that little bit smaller makes all the difference. You can maybe play it a bit louder. Is that one of the problems I've always got with acoustics? They're just too loud for playing in the house because they sound better when you play them loud. You know, even quiet ones sound better when you play them louder. How bad do these strings actually look? Okay, the frets could do with being polished. The strings actually still look new. That's not bad. It's so much louder. It's a completely different thing. Does have a really snappy Of course, you don't have to play acoustics loud. You can play them quietly. This is my pal Ronnie was playing. So this is probably about 2 years ago when I decided I was going to have a bash at. I don't think it was this Christmas. I think it was the Christmas before. I was like, I'm going to start playing acoustic this year. I'm going to give it a go. So I restrung these to try and maybe just a case of getting used to it, like kind of a bit more like that, a bit more over the top, so I can actually get at the strings the way I want to. It does feel pure alive, this guitar, when you hit a chord. I mean, I can really feel it, just the whole thing going. It seems very light. See, that's my problem with big Dreadnoughts, is they sound pure amazing when you do that. When you hit them, really batter them. Which is maybe part of the problem. Maybe that's why I keep getting stuck on open chords acoustics, which I've not really been having with that, because it doesn't have that the big ba-dang open chords the same way, I don't think. So that when you're playing like lead or anything else on it, it's not much quieter than when you're absolutely bassing. See what I mean? And then, it's almost like there's a volume limit. Well, there probably is on an acoustic. I think that's maybe what you're doing when you're like pushing the needle into the red sort of thing, even though it's all acoustic. Whereas this one, it kind of flattens out at that volume, so it's only so amount it gets louder. So yeah, after once you get to there, it just gets more aggressive rather than actually getting louder. This has also got a really clubby neck, which is actually really good for this. I wonder if it's a shorter scale, or maybe it's just got lighter strings on it. Oh, did I not put lighter strings on this one? 25.5. 25.5? Really? Fender scale? Were they normally Fender scale acoustics? I thought they were 25. No, 25. No, 25.5. There we go. Learned something. I assumed acoustics were Gibson scale normally. I suppose Gibson ones probably are. There we go. See, it doesn't have that brang, which is maybe why I like it. So I like it because it's shit. Or it's maybe just, is it an element of the fact that this didn't cost a tenner at a car boot sale? It also sounds like a 12 stringer. Okay, elephant in the room, you're having a wee jam with your pals on acoustics. Which one of these are you going to play? Well, this one you're louder than everyone else. And I'm not even really battering it. I'm being quite forceful, but I'm not battering it. This has also got the phosphor bronze strings on it that are 2 years old. I prefer the gold string, what are they called? Obviously they're still cheap ones, but the phosphor ones I feel are a little bit warmer. That one didn't want warmer, that needed a little bit more bright, so I put the strings I put on that the second time were better. So I mean, there's no fighting over which is the better guitar, but I wonder if there's a washburn like this that's that shape. I don't know. I think it's just too loud. Yeah, I think there's a fair bit of this is a piece of shit, cost a tenner, I can play anything on it, to now this is a proper guitar, I should be playing this well thing. I mean, but better if you could see the back when it's going. Just look at the, you know, it's like you always say when you're playing a guitar, look at when you're, this is the bits you're looking at. I mean, I just think this is the white with a red and the tortoiseshell, which kind of a tortoiseshell coloured neck, and then I think it just looks Flipping marvellous. And the matching headstock veneer, obviously. Oh, there's a thumbnail. Again, I'm getting to that hitting it hard because it does it, whereas that doesn't do it. That's a bit silly, but... I think I've just been, part of it's the problem is the loop pedal thing. I haven't really been using the loop pedal the last couple of months. I don't really know why. I've just kind of gone off it maybe. Or maybe just I'm a wee bit better at now playing without it to back me up. My ratio of hitting notes that I want to hit are a little bit better, or so I can keep things going a little bit longer. So I didn't used to be able to play like, you know, just... And I'm finding it a little bit refreshing with, I mean, I've been messing about with that Vox amp, which I totally rate. It looks quite old, but I don't know how old they are. I remember amps looking at that, it was like the old PVs that were 10-year-old, so it's probably just 10-year-old, and it's just maybe not been particularly well looked after. Wee bit, probably just needs a wipe, actually. But I mean, it's a proper amp. There's so many options. I mean, I get kind of overdone with the options on like the Cube bass. It's got like 6 modelling bass things, and they all sound good, so it's like, just pick one, doesn't really matter. But it's got an awful lot of options, and I've never even got onto the heavy metal side of it, because why would I want to, you know, dual rectifier and super high gain's not really my thing anyway. So I was just assuming it does that. Just using the normal things, it's really good, but so many options, whereas an acoustic, you just play it. It's like pure, oh, maybe I like that. Maybe that's one of the reasons I'm kind of going for that terada so much. Maybe it's the expensive sounds, maybe just pushing it a little bit in this one. Like the complex harmonics and the tone of the ebony and the macassar ebony and the tone of the solid cedar top. None of your Sitka spruce cheap shite. Cedar. These are definitely thicker strings that are on that. But as I said, this is not getting a fair run here either, because this guitar has not been played for a couple of years. It's just been sitting in its case. The strings are old, and even more to the point as well, which I think as well, when you're just totally battered the two of them off each other. Not bothered about battering this one. This one has been played by me, so I'm used to it. It does it. There's some. It sits much nicer. It's kind of more where you're sitting. It's more like a sort of feels actually a wee bit like the Kraken has got this sort of whoa, here we go kind of feeling about it. Actually, I think the neck on that one, that's 12th fret there. No, maybe it's the same. You can get much higher up the neck on the other one. This one, because the neck's like a pure club, which somehow works. Maybe that's why it's getting that nylon stringery feel. This sounds more like a medieval instrument than that does. That sounds like a modern guitar. This has got that sort of, is it a lute or some sort of folky thing? Well, it's a folk model. Thoughts about putting, well, I suppose in this one as well. These are non-electric guitar, non-electroacoustics, no pickups in them. Which the thing is, I've got my original guitar, my first Yamaha, the FG411. It's shiny guitars, acoustic, special acoustics play better. They just do. It is a fact, and they sound louder and brighter. You just clean even the backs and sides. The top makes the biggest difference. So, I mean, look at that. I mean, kind of wish you'd put it on the front, because from the front it doesn't look super spectacular. It's just a. As I say, this is a d32s. S for solid top. I thought originally it was solid all the way around, but there are washburns that are solid all the way around. But I don't think you would get solid Macassar ebony. That's silly. Brighter, just by being clean. And once I've cleaned up the frets, which I'm going to have to do next, it just made such a difference being clean. It wasn't even dirty. It wasn't shiny. You see, it's now got a shine to it. It definitely opens up an acoustic. Acoustic corner. Standing up acoustic corner. And there's also I think. See, let's just try something. That was the same in my last house. See, if you go up to the corner of your room where there's nothing there, like where the door is, and play there, acoustic sounds better because it sounds getting battered about, something like that. time for an acoustic collection video. I can probably do that all in one video. I think I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've got 5. I could do 5 in one video. Yeah. 6 if you include the wee Gretsch. Which is, I do agree is ridiculous. It's like pure that I don't like acoustics. I don't ever buy acoustics. I've got 6 of things. You do need an acoustic. I've got the obligatory Yamaha, but I bought the expensive one at the start because I already knew Yamaha were the best. So everyone else tried all the guitars and bought the Yamaha 310. I knew the Yamaha was the best, so I bought the 411, the one with the solid top on it, which is just like a slightly more deluxe version of the 310, which is an amazing guitar. Saw someone was what the Cash Converters was selling one of them yesterday, just the 310. It was like, only 50 quid, but the action on it was dead high. But those are good guitars. Basically, it's what that is. Apart from full size, but it's this spec where you don't get binding, you don't get a lot of. Gee, I'm just gonna have a wee go at seeing as I'm totally sure that given that guitar there a wipe, this one's still covered in lock fine. So I mean, I know it'll never get as shiny because it's sort of dented and pitted and 40 years old, but I did give it a good clean. And again, even the backs, it's like it just vibrates better when it's shinier. I think it doesn't do it any harm. I could probably tune this as well. So is it going to be brighter than it was? Yeah. Neck feels nicer, my arm's not sticking to it anymore. But it's definitely got a sweeter sound. It'd be less annoying someone who couldn't play the guitar playing this next to you than it would be playing that. It's just softer. That's definitely got a flamenco-y. Also, someone suggested me that this has got the 0 fret might be making a difference, which I was thinking it could be because about, I was saying I always get stuck playing the open chords. Well, on this one, the open chords aren't as different because they're fretted, they're not coming off the nut. So, open chords are more like bar chords in this one. Or not open chords, closed chords, I suppose. So maybe there's a bit of a downside with this guitar if you were away camping and someone's got like something like my pal Cameron with that black Fender, which was just like the cheapest Fender you could get. It's not going to it's going to struggle with that if you've got somebody pure battering out big chords because it's got that big boomy sound. Whereas this doesn't. This has got the wee genteel, ladylike almost. Petite and delicate. are good notes, aren't they? Going on to the bass playing this. I really love looking at that bit there where it's kind of angular, a wee bit corkery almost, you would say, there, because as I say, these are the bits you look at when you're playing the guitar, and that's the bit you see, and it looks cool, that, and the fact it's this cool colour. But I suppose it boils down to I'm not going to take this out in the boat. It's going in a case, and it's going maybe an outside jam or something like that with a respectable non-drinking one, because it's too nice, you know. So the winner, that is my acoustic, I suppose. This is my new guitar, and I will take this out drinking. It's so small compared to that, like sound wise. Sorry, that always get, every time I played that I get copyright struck. Sorry.